You ever notice how some people just seem to have a cheat code for life? Well, today we're diving deep into the YouTube channel Easy Actually to see if we can kind of reverse engineer its whole philosophy for cutting through all that complexity.
Right off the bat, this quote, this is the entire vibe of the channel. It's super direct, a little bit absurd, and honestly, kind of empowering. It basically says that all these things we find so intimidating, like developing a personality, are actually way simpler than we make them out to be. And that's the core promise we're going to unpack. So here's our game plan. We're going to start with the channel's main promise, then we'll break down the 3 big principles we've kind of found hiding in all its videos. After that, we'll put them all together into one solid method and wrap it up by asking the big question: can life really be this simple? So, what is that promise? Well, the channel keeps tackling these topics that feel totally overwhelming. Investing, doing your taxes, being charismatic, acing tests. And it just flips them on their head, framing them as these fundamentally simple things that really anyone can get a handle on. And this right here, this is the secret philosophy of the whole channel. The real gold isn't just in the individual tips, like how to file your taxes for free. No, it's in this mindset that keeps showing up over and over again. The idea that complexity is usually just an illusion. It's a story we tell ourselves that keeps us from even getting started.
Which leads us to the main question we're trying to answer here. Is this all just a confident tone? Or is there an actual repeatable source code running in the background of every single video? We think there is. So let's break it down, starting with principle number 1. The first, and maybe the most important principle, is this relentless focus on action over analysis. The argument is that we get so stuck in the planning phase. We start to confuse all that preparation with actually making progress. This line from the Good at Tests video just cuts right through all the noise. It's basically saying that all those things we do to get ready to do the work, well, they're often just fancy ways of procrastinating. The only thing that really counts is doing the thing. And this comparison shows you exactly how it works. On the left, you've got what the channel calls analysis paralysis, just endless planning. But on the right, you have the core action. So instead of reading 10 books on how to be charismatic, the advice is to just go give one genuine compliment. Instead of spending weeks building the perfect workout plan, just go to the gym. It's all about finding that one single thing that matters and just starting there right now.
Okay, principle number 2. This one is all about efficiency. It's about constantly looking for the hack, the simple tool, or that kind of weird, unconventional path that gets you 80% of the results with, like, a fraction of the effort. And you see this pattern everywhere. I mean, whether it's using a simple plug-in numbers trick on a math test, or using the spike method to build an interesting personality super fast, or even just learning from the mistakes of bad investors so you don't have to make them. The goal is always the same: find the smartest, most direct way to get it done. And this is the whole philosophy behind those shortcuts. The channel takes something that seems crazy complicated, like taxes, and just demystifies it. For most of us, the idea that we need some expert or some complex process is just wrong. The shortcut, in this case just using a free website, is right there once you realize the problem was never as hard as you thought it was. Our third principle is all about sustainability. The idea here is that slow, steady, unbroken progress is always going to beat those short, intense bursts of effort that just lead to burnout. The long game, that's the only game that actually matters. This chart, which is kind of inspired by the logic in the fitness video, really shows you what we mean. You've got the burnout approach, where you go all in for a month and then just crash and burn. And then you've got the Easy Actually method. It's a lower but super consistent effort, like working out just twice a week but never missing it. Over 6 months, it's not even close. The consistent person is way ahead. So here's the key point. Progress isn't just about moving forward. It's also about not moving backward. The channel argues that this cycle of going hard and then taking a long break is exactly why so many people get stuck. The secret isn't to be perfect. It's just to be persistent. Okay, so we've got our 3 core principles. Now, let's put them all together into one single actionable framework. This is what we're calling the Easy Actually method. So here it is. This is the complete framework we've kind of reverse engineered. It's a process that starts by just dissolving that mental barrier of this is too complicated. That lets you zero in on the one action that truly matters. From there, you just find the smartest way to do that action, and then you commit to it for the long haul. Let's walk through it with some real examples from the videos. Step 1, you demystify the goal.
You realize taxes aren't some dark magic. They're just forms. Step 2, you identify the core action, because the only way to learn to tie a tie is by actually trying to tie it. Step 3, you find the smartest path, like using YouTube walkthroughs to prep for a test. And finally, step 4, you execute consistently. You choose 2 workouts a week you know you can stick with over 6 that you'll just end up quitting.
So after breaking this whole philosophy down, we're left with one last question. Does this method actually work, or is it all just a confident oversimplification?
I think this quote just brings it all home. When you're faced with the biggest, most complex question of all, what do I do with my life? The channel's answer is so elegantly simple. Just do more life. It's basically a call to stop analyzing your existence and just go out and experience it. And that's really the ultimate takeaway. This is more than just a set of tips. It's a whole mindset. It's a lens for looking at challenges, not as these huge, scary walls, but as a series of simple, manageable steps. It's the belief that you can figure out pretty much anything if you just have the right approach.
So maybe life isn't inherently easy, but maybe, just maybe, the most powerful shortcut of all is just convincing yourself that it is. Because that belief, that's what gives you permission to start, to find that smart path, and to just keep on going. What do you think?